Hey guys, I'm Nathan, and welcome to the inaugural, the first episode of It's Story Time with Nathan Hurd. That's me. So, what will follow is a collection of stories, some new, some old, some sad, some happy, some funny, some silly, some stupid, some ridiculous, some what the fuck. Some stories about me, some stories about some of my people, some stories about family, some stories. Please enjoy. And, I don't know. I'm sorry for myself. So this first story is called I Once Almost Got Recruited into the KKK. Childhood was crazy for me. Enjoy. When I was a kid, someone from the KKK tried to recruit me. Let's talk about it. When I was a kid, I went to a school in Florida and I was on track team. When I was like 9 or 10, we went to a track meet at a military base in South Carolina. Like for the weekend, we got to stay on the base. On the last day, I was underneath the bleachers, kicking it, waiting for my best friend Ricky to finish running the mile. Random dude walks up. He was like, "How you doing, son?" I was like, "I'm all right, dog. You don't look kidnappy at all." My man handed me a flyer. Now, the flyer didn't say, "Hey, come join the KKK," anywhere on it, but like it was pretty obvious. I started to realize that he doesn't know I'm black. After about a minute standing there, what I assumed to be two privates walked up. They was like, "What's going on here?" Then they saw the flyer. Oh no, sir, you can't do that here. Dude was like, "This is America. I can do whatever I..." He kind of tailed off because here comes a sergeant. I don't know if he was actually a sergeant. I just know he had a big ass hat and glasses and just looked unhappy with everything. He walked up with big dick energy like, "What's going on here?" One of the privates, like he was trying to hand this out to this little gentleman right here, referring to the flyer. Sergeant took the flyer, looked at the dude, looked at me, looked at the dude, looked at the flyer, looked back at me and was like, "Are you okay, son?" "Yeah, I'm good." "Okay, good." "What the hell is wrong with you? How stupid are you? Can't you see this is a black kid? Look at the hair. Look at the lips." "Rude. Now you will get off of my base or I will put you off of my base." You could tell dude didn't really want to go, but he also understood it was like 3.5 against 1. So he starts to slowly walk away, mumbling under his breath. Got about 10 feet and said, "You fuckers are a disgrace to America," or something along that line. When I tell you that the sergeant transported his being that 10 feet like he was Nightcrawler and was already halfway whooping his ass before anybody knew what was happening. Like in his ass, like a professional grown-up ass whooping. You ever seen somebody get their ass whooped so bad that when the fight's over, their pants is down? Yeah, that type of ass whooping. He didn't even take off his glasses or his hat. Whooped his ass full and proper. The two privates looked like they didn't know what the fuck they were supposed to do. Meanwhile, my face is like... He calmly walks back after beating the brakes off this motherfucker. Looks at me, he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fucking great." Looks at the privates like, "Get that off of my base." And just walks away. Two privates looked at each other, picked up the dude, and I don't know where they took him, but they took him away. That's all I'm trying to say. And that's how I almost got recruited by the KKK. Not that I would have signed the paperwork or nothing. You know, I'm just saying. They tried. And that's on being a black albino, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say. He beat the shit out of him. Like, he beat the shit out of him. Like, he beat his arse. Shit was crazy. It was crazy that I was so alone in the situation. No teachers around and nothing like that. I remember it being really, really early in the morning. Then I watched the end of the race, which Ricky came in third. Yeah. That dude, whoever that was, I don't know who that was, but maybe meditate, bruh. Because I appreciate the assist. I do not appreciate the lip comment. I was old enough to feel that shit on the disrespect. Maybe bring it down like 7 or 8 notches is all I'm trying to say. Okay, so I hope you guys have gotten the overall vibe of this. Let's move on, shall we? So the next story is about the time that I got accused of cheating because I actually studied and got a good grade on the test. I was not a fan of all of high school. Enjoy. I've never cheated on a test. Don't get me wrong, I've cheated at other shit, just not on a test. One reason for that is because to cheat on a test, it just seems like it's like a lot to do. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'll just fail. It's not that hard. I've also always been really bad at math, like irritatingly bad. Not for me, but for people who try and teach me, I'm so sorry. Not really geometry or statistics. I actually understand those, but algebra, I don't. And I know there's some of y'all out there, but, "Oh no, dude, I could totally teach you algebra." No, you can't. No, you can't. I've never passed an algebra class, ever. Didn't pass it in middle school, didn't pass it in high school, didn't pass it in college. The first, fourth, third, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. I've failed so many algebra classes that at one point my college was like, look, you can't take this class no more. I was like, well, why don't I just take pre-algebra? Let me take that. And they was like, bro, we already put you in the pre-algebra and in the pre-algebra, and you failed both of them, dog. Some of my best friends are geniuses. They've tried to teach me. No, I just don't get it. It's not. So that being said, I've never had confidence in math and more specifically algebra. So when I was in like 10th grade, I was in algebra. Maybe it was pre-algebra. I don't know. Eventually I failed the class anyway. It doesn't matter. But for like the first time, I studied for like 10 minutes. I really put some effort into trying to learn this shit for this upcoming test that we had. The teacher, I don't remember his name, but he was a bitch, okay? Like a for real piece of shit. And I don't mean that like in like a metaphor. I mean, he was actual creature waste excreted violently through an anus is what he was. He was shit. And he didn't like nobody, least of all me, because I'm legally blind, so I don't pay attention and I'm disruptive in class. Also, I was albino and black, and those were two other things he didn't particularly like. Also, as I previously mentioned, he was a bitch. So anyway, this test comes up, and I had studied my ass off, and I felt really good about it, and I knew a lot of the answers. I really felt good, and I was getting them right. The next day comes, I'm waiting for that score. I'm hoping, man, come on, come on. I really tried this time. Let me, come on now. I get my test back. It's a B+. It's a B+, y'all. I ain't never get no B+ in math, ever. So I'm feeling myself. I'm like, yeah, y'all. He got that B+, yeah, man. You know, when you get a good grade, I'm trying to act like I don't care. Like, I'm like, yeah, man, I just got like a B+ and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even... Class is going, class is almost out. So everybody's kind of getting their shit together. He asked me to come outside with him real quick. I'm like, yeah, I think he's going to be like, hey, good job. I want to just let you know that like, I know you've been struggling, but like, good job, man. Good job on that B+, man. I see you really, it's hard for you. I understand it's hard for you, but you showed your fucking ass out right now with that B+. Congratulations. That's not what he wanted. He wanted to accuse me of cheating is what he wanted. He takes his fucking Colonel Sanders ass finger and pokes it in my chest, and he's like, you cheated. You're not this smart. Tell me how you did it. At this time in my adolescence, I had a bit of a temper. So I said some things. Cause here's the thing. I was so proud of myself. I hated coming to school. I hated going to school so much that my mom would give the guidance counselor the keys to the house and just so he would come and pick me up. Because otherwise I wouldn't go. I was teased, tortured, and beat up on a daily. Teachers didn't like me, kicked me out of class, called me a nigga and all that type of shit. Students would do the same shit. I didn't have no allies or friends or nothing. Teachers called me stupid. Students called me stupid. I felt stupid. I was stupid, but still. And the one time I actually apply myself and try, the first thing that the motherfucker think is that you must have cheated, you idiot. And then had the nerve to do it in front of the class. At first, my anger was logical. You think I cheated? How? How the fuck did I cheat? I'm legally fucking blind, and you know that. How the fuck did I fucking cheat? Like, how did I cheat and you missed it? How my vision's bad, your vision's perfect. How did I cheat and you missed it? You stupid at your job if you're saying that I cheated. I would have literally had to be inside someone else's seat asking them the goddamn questions because I can't even fucking read their handwriting if I was to cheat. How did I do that? I appreciate that you think I'm that clever, but I'm not. I didn't cheat at all, motherfucker. It didn't even cross my goddamn mind. How about that? And then the logic started to leave and it just got raggedy. You accusing me of cheating? What about you? You obviously cheating on success having this job, ain't you? You cheating a broken hip every time you hit the steps, you old ass motherfucker. Fuck you and your suspenders. Who wears suspenders? I bet you just use them to hold up your old ass balls, you crusty bitch. Looking like Colonel Sanders with Down syndrome. Look like you need to wear a bib to speak. You bitch made cracker. And by the way, that means your mom's a bitch and she made your cracker ass. How about I cheat this motherfucking chair upside your goddamn hair? How about I take this motherfucking chair and you ask me if you can see me cheating and I'm gonna hit you in the face with it? How about that? By this time, everybody's out in the hallways and everybody's listening to me go off on this motherfucker. By this time, I've lost it. I'm gone. And I'm poking him in his chest and shit. I start saying wild shit. He tell me to stop poking him in the chest. And I say, but my cheat paper's inside your chest. Won't you open your shirt up, bitch? I don't even remember what that means. I was being so loud that the guidance counselor who normally come pick me up at home heard, and he came out there and he grabbed me and took me to his office because I was gone. I was cussing too. This is a predominantly white school. There's like 2,000 kids and 8 kids black, and they don't never heard nobody cuss like this. It's all types of pussy niggas and fuck niggas all getting thrown at this fucking boy head. As I'm being dragged away, I think the last thing I said was, I hope you use math to figure out how many days left your wife has to live before she dies or some shit. I can get mean when I get angry. So we go to the office and he's trying to tell the principal that I cussed at him and shit like that. And at this point, I'm already mad. I don't give a fuck anymore. So I'm telling the principal every time he's like, Nathan, what happened? I'm like, how about you suck my dick? How about you suck my whole ass dick? And they trying to be like, Nathan, that's unproductive. Productive these nuts. They threatened to suspend me. I'm like, fucking do it. I don't like coming to school. They never threatened to expel me though, because something I knew was that because I'm black, because I'm albino, because I'm legally blind, because of all those things, the school gets money just for having me there. I knew this because the motherfuckers wouldn't let me transfer to a different school. So I knew they wouldn't expel me. So I continued to come up with creative ways to tell them to lick my wad. You know what I mean? Finally, I was done. So I got up and said, how about you suck my dick, you lick my ass, and I'm going to go to my next class. Anybody got a problem with that? I didn't fucking think so. Walked out. I didn't go to my next class. I just went home. May have cried a little. I didn't really get in trouble for that shit because there wasn't anything they could do. They knew they couldn't do anything. I didn't give a fuck at that point. So there was little that they could do. Also, my guidance counselor knew I was right. Because even when I'm mad, I'm logical. So in the principal's office, I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. I actually try. I study my ass off. I have a disability. I do well, and I get accused of cheating. The black blind kid accused of cheating. Everybody else fine. They get to keep their grade. After that, I was never accused of cheating. Matter of fact, they pretty much left me alone in any math class I took. And I failed all of them. I failed every math class I ever took in high school. Every math class I ever took in college and at community college. At least algebra. Like I said, past statistics, past geometry. Sometimes I still think about that teacher because he taught me a good lesson. He taught me that sometimes when the moment is right, you gotta tell a motherfucker to lick your sack. You know what I mean? The whole goddamn thing. I had a bit of a temper, but I also think I was justified. And Colonel Sanders, if you are out there, I want to apologize for the way that I spoke to you and also hope that you ain't got no feet. Okay, so the last story, how do I look? It was my 11th birthday. Should have taken the lobster hat off. So I remember I was a kid, like 8 or 9, and somebody had told me, I think it was my brother, raggedy asshole, that snakes could come up in the pipes in the toilet and get up in your ass and bite you in the ass. Now, I never said that I was a smart child, but we was in Florida and it seemed logical to me. So for like the next 2 years, anytime I had to drop heat, I would get butt ass naked and squat on the toilet like an Asian dude in the rice fields. And I mean no disrespect. I'm just trying to give you the image of what it looked like, and that's what the fuck it looked like. Now, I admit that this is not a dignified position for a 9-year-old to be in, but I was scared. And I would do this all the time. Public bathrooms be damned. I'm not getting bit in my ass. I did this home and away till I was like 11 years old. I think my mom caught me a couple of times, but we didn't talk about it. The reason I know I stopped doing it when I was 11 is because on my 11th birthday, we was at Red Lobster. This is fine dining if you grow up poor. They're the best kids. I remember it was my birthday. They had me in a lobster hat, but they gave me, I got cake. So everybody having a good time. I'm happy because the one day a year I get to eat whatever the fuck I want. I'm eating cake. I'm drinking the butter, slapping niggas at random tables. My birthday, bitch. Nah, I ain't doing that. But anyway, I had to shit. So I went to the bathroom. Nobody was in there. Went to the wheelchair stall, as you do. And I prepared myself. You know what I'm saying? Got bucket naked. Even socks. Like, no socks. Because you can't get the grip right. Because socks are too slippery for porcelain. You feel me? You got to think about these things. So I'm in there dumping out. And I hear somebody come in the bathroom. Okay, now all these next things happened in an instant. They were simultaneous. Dude comes in, goes straight for the stall. But he's a top reacher. Like he grabs from the top of the thing, not the handle. Well, the stall happened to be one of them ones where if you jiggle it too many times, it'll just jiggle itself open. And that's what happened. I also did forget to mention that I did not take the lobster hat off my head when I went to the bathroom. I don't know why. It was my birthday. Shit, I didn't want to take it off. Anyway, he gets one look at what's happening and what the what? What I'm supposed to say? I'm a butt naked albino squatting on the toilet with a lobster hat on. I just looked at him. He turned around like somebody hit him in the face. Stumbles out the bathroom, and the last thing I think hear him say, "Wow!" Now, when I got all dressed and clothed and, back to my family, he wasn't in the restaurant no more. And I remember seeing him on the way in. His family was still there though, so I don't know. He might still be walking somewhere, just trying to figure it out, because he can't tell nobody. How's he gonna tell somebody? Hey, I was in the bathroom. I saw a naked 9-year-old. Oh, stop hitting me! Stop hitting me! Which is sad for him because it's a crazy story to tell. There was a naked albino squatting on the toilet with a lobster hat in the bathroom. That's a lifetime story topper that you can never tell. I mean, you can tell, but I mean, I wouldn't. I would, but you shouldn't. So I'm just saying, man, if you out there, strange man from the bathroom, it was snakes. That's what it was. I was afraid of snakes. Sorry. I should have taken the lobster hat off. Look, hey, man who walked in on me, if you are out there wondering what it all means, it was snakes. And I'm sorry. Well, that's it for story time this week. I will put another one up next week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Crazy shit, man. Deuces. Of course, I would love you guys to follow, like, and subscribe, and also follow me on all other platforms at Nathan Hurd Comedy, or on Twitter at Nate Hurd Comedy, because apparently Nathan Hurd Comedy is too long for Twitter. I don't